And it means that the threat in Northern Ireland from national security has moved from likely to attack is highly likely. This is part of an ongoing process of monitoring the threat in Northern Ireland, which is conducted by MI5. We have spoken publicly about the number of attacks that have taken place in recent months. Indeed, there have been 7 attacks since the threat was altered in March 22. Not least, most recently, the attack on my colleague DCI John Caldwell in February. It's important for me to say to the community today that the PSNI, supported by partners, will relentlessly pursue those who seek to cause harm and terrorise our community, and those who seek to attack police officers and other members of the security services here in Northern Ireland. I want to pay tribute to the community today for their fortitude in having to deal with this threat level, and also to my colleagues and friends in the police service and other services who will work against this threat. We're not going to be deterred from providing our visible, accessible, responsive policing to the community. We're determined not to go backwards. Northern Ireland has made great progress over the last number of years, as has policing. The threat level was severe for a number of years. Unfortunately, we are somewhat used to it, but it doesn't mean we accept it. It means we have to work even harder to get it to a level that is far more acceptable, which effectively means the eradication of terrorism and so forth from our communities. And we're determined to do that in a way that supports communities and works with communities. Thank you. No, well, what this means is that attacks now are highly likely. So we've seen a number of attacks really over the last 6-7 months. And so the message to Northern Ireland today and to the police service and to other partners is attacks are likely. And certainly the message to those of us who are sort of at the front of this, certainly the police service, is that we have to treat this threat seriously, but we will respond accordingly.
Do you have the budget to be able to deal with this?
So our national security effort is funded through additional security funding, and that has been baseline for the next 3 years. So, we have the money to deal with this, but we are on record in saying that resources and money for the entirety of policing is under a lot of strain. So I want to reassure people that we have stepped things up over the last month. We will continue to face into this. There might come a point where we have to make some difficult choices, but we're going to prioritise keeping Northern Ireland safe and prioritise issues like this and prioritise keeping our officers safe to deliver effective policing. I mean, the main thing here about this threat for the police service is making sure we get to calls, that we deal with domestic violence, we deal with sexual offences, we deal with road traffic order stuff, we deal with antisocial behaviour. So we're there for you, our community. And in doing so, we have to take measures to protect ourselves, because we do know that there is a small group of people, and they're very small, but who would be keen to murder police officers to do that. And what they're trying to do here, folks, beyond no illusions, is to stop policing. They want people not to be prosecuted for all the offences I've just talked about. And so our job, my job, is to make sure that we serve you properly, keep the community safe, and in doing so, we will bring the resources to bear to keep our officers safe and the community safe to do that.